Well, what a win for Rajshahi Warriors as they make it to the final to face Chattogram Royals. What a fantastic performance at the top. Kane Williamson coming in and scoring 45 at the top. Nisham, that partnership, 44 in 26, really set the tone for Rajshahi Warriors, and they managed to make 165 for 9 in their 20 overs. In response, Sylhet was restricted to 153, courtesy some wonderful seam bowling that we got to see from Binura, Fernando, Saklen picking up a wicket as well. But Fernando was the pick of the bowlers, picking up 4 and really leading his side to the finals. Rajshahi Warriors winning this by 12 runs. Well, great to be back on Straight Drive, and what a win for Rajshahi Warriors. A huge congratulations to them as they face Chattogram Royals, and the two best teams of the BPL are there. You've got to talk about performances today. Well, we've got a very, very special guest here who literally just flew in before this game and managed to score a crucial 40-odd runs for his side, which have secured them a spot in the finals. I'm talking about none other than the legendary batsman Kane Williamson alongside legendary fast bowler Waqar Younis. So we've got quite the royalty here in the studio with me. Kane, thank you so much firstly for joining us. You must be pretty jet lagged, we've got to say, because you've just flown in from the SA20 and you've come in and contributed runs as if you've been playing the tournament from the start. So tell us your thoughts about what it's like to be playing the BPL for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, firstly, great to have the opportunity, and although on the back of, unfortunately, our team in South Africa not getting through to the finals, which was a shame. So a quick message, and on my way home, I sort of diverted my flight, and I'm here. And so really nice to be involved in a semi-final and get to know some of the guys and experience the BPL for the first time.
So you've just flown in this morning, is that right?
Yeah, I got in about lunchtime. Yeah, had a quick sleep. Yeah.
You need to hurry up.
And then casually scored about 45 runs and, you know, sort of won the game. Really scored some important runs at the top. Tell us about, you know, the adapting to different conditions. South Africa, completely different. You've also played the 100 and, you know, you're playing all around the world. How difficult or how challenging is it when you're, you know, trying to adapt into different conditions from South Africa to Bangladesh?
Yeah, it is a bit of a challenge, but it's also one of the beauties of the game, because it always tests you as a batsman and a bowler in terms of how you need to try and execute your skills and target different areas of the ground. And certainly coming here, I was asking a few questions to some of the players, and I was following some of the scores. So we were quite aware of where we wanted to get to, and we had a great start as a batting unit, and then we sort of stumbled a little bit, but we still sort of knew that if we could get to that 150, 160 score on the surface, it would be fairly competitive, and it proved to be the case.
Now, as a batter, you know, you're perhaps one of the most complete batsmen that we've seen in this generation. And you seem to have all the shots in the book. I mean, how difficult or how much of a challenge is it to have a complete game? You know, we saw some beautiful shots over extra cover from you, and they're perhaps one of the most difficult shots to play as well. I mean, how do you perfect your skill?
Yeah, I suppose never feeling like it is perfect. So you're always just working on it, trying to develop your game. As we see the T20 format, it keeps evolving so quickly. All these youngsters coming through on a big diet of T20 cricket, so they keep pushing the boundaries of the game, certainly in this format. So you're always trying to improve and then get really clear on what your role is within a side, whether it's opening the batting, 3, 4, who your players are around you, to try and make sure that your contribution is sort of aligned with the other players in the team.
Well, the most beautiful part I thought of his inning was, you know, in front of him he lost what, 3 or 4 wickets, I guess, and he just kept his cool and he kept on playing the way he plays. He did not change his technique or any of that, or he didn't bog down by the bowlers. He said, you know, just carry on playing the way he plays. And Nisham, I thought, I don't know if it is your influence on him, the way he played, because your partnership with him really, you know, put you guys on the spot where they could have won the game.
Yeah, I mean, his contribution, his innings today was incredible, and you could see both teams trying to target that slightly shorter side, and so you did very much have two ends. Both teams are really trying to keep right-hand, left-hand combinations out there, and and we tried to make the most of that. We wanted to get to a stage where we could go with a bit of freedom, and he certainly put the icing on that partnership, which was great for our side.
Yeah.
Absolutely, that partnership was extremely crucial. But talking about your experience, I know you've just sort of come in, but I'm sure you've had an eye in terms of the talent that you've seen in Bangladesh. I mean, what are your thoughts on whatever you've seen so far?
Yeah, I mean, we've played Bangladesh at the international side for so many years, and you always see the talent. And so to come here and play in their domestic franchise competition and see it in a really big way in all the teams that you know, and a lot of names that I haven't sort of had the chance to see before, and they're coming out and whacking it to all parts pretty much from the get-go. And yeah, you do see that when you play in some of these franchise tournaments around the world, especially in this part of the world.
Waqar made a really good point about, you sort of keeping your calm and composure in a situation where wickets were falling around you. I mean, how important is that for a player? Often we talk about their skills and development on that side, but what about the mental strength aspect that a cricketer needs to possess? I mean, how do you improve that? There's so many youngsters that are perhaps listening to you right now. How important is that aspect of the game?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I believe it's quite important, and you're trying to work out where you need to get to as a team, and sort of a little bit of risk assessment in terms of, like Waqar said, we lost sort of 4 quick wickets, and that's not ideal in terms of the freedom that you want to go about playing T20 cricket with, but we knew that we wanted a competitive score, so we had to try and do our jobs as best we could. And look, I think playing the other formats and valuing the other formats is quite beneficial, because you're out there for longer periods of time, you're getting exposed in different ways more often, and I do think it really helps the other formats, certainly the T20 format as well.
Now, as a bowler, Waqar, I'm going to ask you a tough question. How do you bowl to somebody like him who can pretty much bat on both sides of the wicket and has a very complete game? I'm sure it's really
just
tough.
Reverse swinging Yorkers there, and it's over.
Look, I have been part of the Pakistan team as a coach, as a bowling coach also, and we traveled to New Zealand and played on those green pitches, and we had a decent attack. We had a really good attack, and this man comes in and no issues at all with on those bouncy pitches, ball seaming around. And, I guess, from the very young age, he has trained himself in a way that he understands the game really well, he understands the bowling really well, sees the ball closely, plays the ball really closely, and when he had to attack, he's got a game. He's got all sorts of game. He's a machine, actually, to be honest, because I don't know, you probably explain it better, but what I see as a bowler is just that he has got his areas where he keep an eye on and thinks that, okay, this is my shot from certain area, and this is what I'm gonna play, this is what I'm gonna leave. So as I said, playing test cricket, playing one-day cricket, and then playing, T20 cricket, it's the 3 different formats, and they all help you each other. When you need to score quickly, then T20 cricket help you, and then if this sort of situation where 4 wickets down, you have to really play in a manner that you can sort of score runs also, and also keep everything calm. Amazing.
Absolutely. Talking about development, Waqar spoke about how it was something that you did at a very young age, develop your skills. Is it possible for a player to develop further skills midway when he sort of plays international cricket? Because we see a lot of players struggle with certain weaknesses. Every player has a weakness or two. Is it possible to work on that and nurture that and perhaps develop your game while you're playing international cricket? Or is it a case of really sort of developing those skills at a lower age when you're playing school cricket, etc.?
I think the foundations of your game come through from a really young age, but the learning never ends. And I think it's a good point, actually, is that you want to give yourself the allowance to learn. We put a lot of pressure on ourselves. You get to the top level, you want everything to go well, and it's high pressure, etc. But that is where you do get exposed to the best in the world, and it doesn't happen until you get there. So there are always so many lessons that are right there in front of you, that you do want to have an open mind, and that never ends. I mean, you get a little bit older, you have a number of different experiences, you continue to go on different surfaces, and you still want to be able to make those adjustments and try and develop your game. And I do think that's a really important part as a professional cricketer, is just trying to keep pushing your game forward and trying to get better every day.
Lastly, parting thoughts. Anything in particular that you would like to still achieve at the latter end of your career, as we speak about your evolution as a player and all your accomplishments and all your achievements? Is there anything that is perhaps left for you ambitions-wise which you want to achieve?
Winning tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
after.
well, the day after. That's the next immediate thing on the agenda. But for me, at this stage, I have a young family, and so the balance of what I do now is really important. I captained the team for a long time, and that requires a real focus and sort of consumes you in a lot of ways. And I loved doing that, and now I'm not, and so you're sort of assisting in other areas. So the role sort of changes a little bit as you sort of go through the years. But as long as I'm still enjoying it and contributing to the team as much as I can, then that's really important to me, along with the balance of the family, because it's such a big commitment, the international, the travel, the focus, and just every day trying to get better as a player. All these things have a bit of a toll, but I've certainly really enjoyed the journey, and I'm still enjoying it.
You think you can ever go away from the game, or you're just gonna just keep doing what you do, and of course then maybe into coaching, or maybe just sitting here talking?
Yeah. I think I'll always have some connection to the game. I do love the game, and when the day comes where I do finish playing, I want to finish loving the game. I think that's really important to me, because it's not sort of common all the time, I think, in players that finish. So that's important to me, and we'll see what's next. No major plans, but still enjoying it, and there's still always plenty of cricket coming up.
Work-life balance is what we spoke about, which is what we're all trying to do. We're trying to do as well, right? Thank you so much for your thoughts. We believe that you're extremely tired, so after all that travel and coming in and scoring runs, and then not much time in terms of turnaround time, because we obviously come to watch the final in a day as well. But what a moment for Rajshahi Warriors. They've been the table toppers of this tournament, and why not? A very disciplined bowling performance. Benura Fernando picking up wickets. Shanto scored 100 at the start of the tournament, and he's been leading his side so well. So a huge congratulations to them, a great partnership in between. And as we like to call it, you got to keep your nerve, you got to keep your calm and composure, because that is what takes you forward towards into the final as well. Jubilation all round, hugs all round, and why not? It is a team that deserves a spot in the final, and the spectators, don't forget, they've been out there supporting them in every game, and now perhaps looking forward to the all-important grand finale. And this is what we are talking about. The final is Chattogram Royals versus Rajshahi Warriors on the 23rd of January, and we'll be seeing you guys at 5:15 p.m. for all the coverage. Well, thank you so much, Kane, for your lovely contribution here, and we wish you all the best for your future endeavours. Of course, the final comes before that, but also everything else that you've got planned. Thank you so much, Waqar, as well, because you've been absolutely magnificent. The legend that he is, with all his expertise, and I'm sure that we can look forward to a great final. Until then, it's goodbye from all of us.